This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
All right, so we're here at the VMware booth at Macworld. I'm here with Nicholas.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So we just wanted to give a demo of VMware Fusion 3. I haven't used this version. I mean, it's brand new.
Are you still on 2?
Yeah, still on 2.
So we have over 50 new features with between Fusion 2 and Fusion 3. A lot of it is behind the hood, so it's a lot of optimization, a lot of speed improvements, a lot of 3D rendering, and a lot of it is to make it optimized for Windows 7 and optimized for macOS 10 Leopard and macOS 10 Snow Leopard. So these are the key improvements. Let me start off with the first one. The first big one for most consumers is right here in our virtual machine library. And it's in this. It's basically something that allows you to move your entire PC to your Mac. So what this does, it's a step-by-step guide that will take your entire PC, your Windows applications, your settings, your documents, your files, your videos, all that stuff, move your entire PC, move it to your Mac, and create a virtual machine from it. And it's going to resemble something like this. So it's going to resemble like this. It's going to be into a single window mode, and it's going to have kept everything, your passwords, your preferences, all that stuff that you had on your previous PC.
So does it basically like clone the hard drive into a virtual hard disk file?
Yeah, basically it's a conversion method that basically converts your entire Windows PC into a virtual machine that VMware can read and run from.
Got it, very cool.
So once you're there, you basically, as you can see on the screen, you basically end up having your macOS 10 environment here and having your Windows. I mean, here we're showing Windows 7. But you could run one of 140 operating systems, such as Windows XP, Windows Vista, Ubuntu, Linux, all these different versions that ever existed. You can even run macOS 10 Server on top of macOS 10. So if you really want that,
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And to manage all your virtual machines, you have this virtual machine library. So for example, here what we have is, on that Mac, we have installed Windows 7, Windows XP, Ubuntu, macOS 10 Server, and then we have a different version of Windows 7 which has different games. So this, for example, it could be really good if you're like moving your entire PC and you're still stuck on XP, but you want to have a fresh install of Windows 7. So you create a second virtual machine, and then you can install new things from there.
Got it. Very, very cool.
So this basically shows you Windows just like you would have it on Windows PC, except that it's inside you, on top of your Mac. And you can move from one application to another, or you can use some of the cool features that we have with Fusion 3, which basically allows you to run Windows 7 just like you would on a PC. So you have the same functionalities with arrows, Flip 3D, and you can switch from one application to another very easily.
Yeah, I noticed that right off the bat is that with the taskbar and everything, that's the Windows Arrow interface, which running on a VM is pretty impressive.
That took a lot of work. It took about 2 to 3 months to just do this particular feature. It's a lot of optimization, and it really shows you the power of virtualization on a Mac platform. And you can do this in single window mode, but you can also have full screen mode. Full screen mode basically turns your Mac into a PC. It basically puts Windows at the forefront of your computer, and it shows Windows just like you would have it if you weren't running on a Mac. And you have your start menu right there, and you have that same great feature here. And you have this new feature here, which is the new menu bar. And a lot of people in the previous version got stuck in full screen mode, couldn't get out of full screen mode, so we created this little menu bar to get out of a full screen, or to actually just command your virtual machine.
That's definitely useful. You don't want to get stuck in full screen Windows.
Exactly. And we've had a lot of feedback like that. It was a combination of keys that just didn't work for some people. And from this, you can go into Unity mode. And Unity mode is basically our most seamless way to run Windows on a Mac. It basically, we've developed this view so that customers moving to the Mac don't want to see Windows anymore. And they want to use their Windows applications, but they don't want to see the desktop, the Windows desktop, or the Windows start menu, or they don't want to have anything to do with Windows. They just want to use the application.
Right, they'd rather have all of their Windows stuff work on their Mac, but without actually using Windows.
Without actually using Windows, exactly. And that's what we've done for them. We've created this new mode. And so for example, here, I'm in my macOS 10 environment. Windows is running in the background, and it's telling me that Internet Explorer is open at the bottom here. It's telling me that Excel is open and that PowerPoint is open here. I can minimize my documents and I can put them in the dock. I can move them with expose. I can use spaces in that environment. So I really get the best of both worlds on one machine. And actually, you can take that a little bit further. You can actually, let's just do it here. I mean, we can open up Ubuntu here, and it's going to start up the Ubuntu virtual machine, and you're going to be able to have different operating systems running at the same time, not just 2 operating systems. You can actually have 3, 4, 5 operating systems running on top of that macOS 10.
So you could have Windows applications mixed in with Linux applications, mixed in with Mac applications, all on your Mac desktop.
Absolutely, and this is what we have here, for example. This is Nibbles. Nibbles is a game that you have when you download Ubuntu, and you can see Nibbles here, you can see Microsoft Excel, and you can see Internet Explorer. So you can see different operating systems running on the same machine. Let's open up Safari, and then I have 3 operating systems running at the same time. With hardly any setup. It's just really easy and not complicated.
Yeah, very seamless and easy to figure out.
Now, when I first started, I talked to you about the 50 new features. A lot of the features we have are under the hood, and it's actually about the impact that virtualization has on the Mac. And we've really worked hard to minimize that impact so that you could work, so that it wouldn't clog down your entire Mac and things would still be speedy and still be reactive. So we've really worked hard. As you can see here, this is a fairly basic iMac. It's about 2 years old, and it's got 2.4 gigahertz, 4 gigs of RAM. Fairly standard, nothing fancy in terms of graphics, and everything is kind of smooth and fairly fast.
That sounds great. I can't wait to give this version a try.
Yeah, well, thanks. You know, everybody can get a 30-day trial from our VMware site, and there's some special deals at Macworld here. So if any of you guys want a special deal on VMware Fusion 3, come here.
Come check it out.